So there is mandatory to have the common key in the starting itself. But here we will get the common key, but we will get the common key after following the steps in the upcoming steps. Okay, so let's jump to the step first. So here what it is saying, convert or create base object to entity base object. Okay, so what it is saying, whatever base object we have created here, so first we have to convert this base object to entity base object. Okay, so how to convert? So since already we have the base object, so it has two options. Either you can convert the existing base object to entity base object, or if you don't have any base object, you can create it directly. You can create directly entity base object. So entity base object we can convert from existing base object, or we can directly create this entity base object. We will see this option. So how can we do that? So I've already maintained the steps for all. So we can go to model, hierarchy, entity object. Go to model hierarchy first. Go to model hierarchy. Okay, and then entity object. Then here you will get many things. Okay, so first icons we saw. The icons was basically for identifying the respective entity. And then the other thing you can see entity object. We have to come here, entity object. Then what we need to right click. Then we have to choose this option. Okay, so let's right click. We have taken the lock, right? Yeah, right click. Now it is giving us many options. Okay, so option is like create new entity relationship based object, convert BO to entity relationship based object. Okay, so since already we have a customer and address based object created, so we need to convert it. So for converting, we will take this option. And if you don't have any base object, you want to directly create entity base object, you have to choose in that case this option. Okay, and other options we will see in the upcoming steps. So I'm just clicking on this, convert this existing entity base object to entity base object to base object. So here I'm selecting customer, convert to entity base object. So here we have two options, convert to entity base object, convert to relationship base object. Okay, so this is for relationship, always remember. So our customer and address, these two is basically a simple entity. Okay, it's not a relationship. Okay, if you will create a separate table for relationship, in that case we will select this. Okay, so since these are the simple kind of entity, so we are selecting this option entity. I am selecting customer, pressing OK. See, here we will get this error. What it is saying, please enable a state management on the base object this and try again. Okay, so same thing we have mentioned here also. This take foreign key column from entity type is okay. So this is mandatory. This error we will get. So this is saying that the whatever base object you have, that base object should have the state management enabled. So how to enable the state management? Let's come to base object, customer base object, and here we have enable history, and here we have to enable a state management. Okay, just we have to click this. What it will do? Remember, for state management, have a state indicator. It will have three values. Okay, 1, 0, and -1. So it will help us to kind of navigate the record on the kind of for the different state for the pending, active, or kind of soft delete. That's why it is asking that we have to have this enabled mandatory. Okay, so let's enable on this. So enabling a state management is mandatory for implementing the hierarchy. Okay, we have to do the same thing for address also. Let's do it. Now let's come to the step again. This is a step. Right click, convert to BO. Let's suppose first select customer. Cannot convert base not nullable columns can only be added in that. So I think we have some data inside that. Okay, so for implementing the hierarchy, if you have data, you have to first take the backup of data, and then you have to truncate the table, and then you have to kind of see. For that I have already tomorrow class I will take for this. So how to implement hierarchy in the live production environment. Okay, so live production environment means already data is there in the system, and then you are trying to implement the hierarchy. Then how we can do that? Like here we are facing this issue, right? Here we have the data in the system, and once we are implementing, we are facing the issue. So how we can handle such scenario, we will see this in tomorrow class. So for time being, let's try to remove the data so that our kind of ORS is empty.